Hey, I just did an entire Bible study and I was never recording. And I had already said at the beginning when it was 10:16 that I'm in a super big hurry because I haven't even eaten yet and I haven't been getting any sleep because of these sports I'm coaching. So I'm going to read through this very quickly. So it's talking about the prophets. Who through the faith subdued the kingdoms, brought the righteousness, obtained the promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the violence of the fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of the weakness, were made strong, waxed greatly in fight, turned to flight the armies of the aliens, which is talking about the enemies. Women received their dead raised to life again, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance that they might obtain a better life. In other words, because I already read this in the New Living, I just clicked it off. But this is all about, it's just telling the story about people who took torture because they knew they had a better life coming. So they went ahead and accepted their torture. And others had trial of cruel mockings and scourgings, yea, moreover, the bonds of imprisonment. They were stoned, they were sawed in half, it said, were tempted, were slain by the sword, wandered in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, and tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and in mountains and in dens and in caves of the earth. All these have obtained good report through faith, received not the promise, God having provided such better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. And you can read it in the New Living. It's so simple in the New Living, and I apologize for being in such a hurry. And the beast that I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth was like the feet of a lion, of course. And the dragon gave him, this is a man, this is the Antichrist, this is Trump, as we showed you yesterday. But the fact that you see leopard, bear, and lion are all about Daniel 7 verses 2 through 8. That's Daniel 7 verses 2 through 8. Read that and go back and read that. So it's just speaking to that. It's not like it wasn't that he actually looked like a leopard or that he actually had real feet like a bear. This was talking about the beast from Daniel. And I saw one of his heads if it wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed because he is going to take on a fake deadly wound. And all the world wondered after the beast, and they worshiped the dragon, which gave power to the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who was able to make war with him. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things after he returns from the dead. But of course, Trump already does have a mouth speaking great things. It's just not blasphemous to God. Make America great again and lock her up. Everything that comes out of his mouth is great, but we have not seen anything yet, have we? No. I doubt I will be around for this, but if so, oh boy. Mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. But Jesus does say, if I don't cut those days short, no flesh would be saved. So I'm just not sure about a timeline. That I would tell you is my biggest weakness with the end times is any type of timeline. I just don't really believe in speaking to them. Because Jesus has a default Bible verse that says, unless I cut those days short, no flesh would be saved. So what are we looking at a timeline for? And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, the sheep, and to overcome them, just like it says in Daniel 7:21 through 7:25, shall make war with the saints. And then on 7:25 says, shall wear out the saints. 7:21 through 7:25 is actually speaking directly about the Antichrist after the Great Tribulation killing the saints. Well, as the Antichrist performing the killing duties to the sheep during the Great Tribulation. That's why it's called the Great Tribulation. And 7:21 through 7:25 is where it's written in Daniel, and that matches Trump Tower's 5 multiple addresses, 7:21 through 7:25, that speak of the little horn. as the Antichrist. And of course, a trump is a horn, and Jesus said the Antichrist would be here in his own name in John 5:43. So it's all really very simple. We know who the Antichrist is. We're just waiting on the deadly wound. The power was given unto him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. There's no struggle in the world, folks. Nobody's forced to do anything. They're all going to be handed over to the Antichrist. Power was given unto him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. There's no struggle. There's no, oh, you better worship him or else. No, they just all worship him. It says, for God shall send them a strong delusion that they will believe a lie. Period. Boom. That's it. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names were not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world, which connects to Revelation 17:8, 4 chapters later, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world. All goats, their names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world. All sheep, the Lord knew from before the foundation of the world. And it says also the lamb slain, and the lamb was slain from the foundation of the world. Well, that tells you right there that God had to speak everything into existence, and that the Old Testament is not cause and effect. Oh, because the Jews did this, then God had to do that. Everything was planned out so that there would be a need of a new covenant, and of course the need of Jesus, because it says that Jesus was already slain from the foundation of the world, and their names were not written in the book of life of the Lamb from the foundation of the world. So either or and both are from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. All right, love y'all very much. Sorry I had to go so fast.